Hi guys. So for for this week, we're going to be looking at two variable equations. So the main idea is going to be to figure out if, when given a point, if it's a solution to the equation. So just one thing you have to remember is that all points are written x, y. If it helps, you can think of them being in alphabetical order. So here's an equation. We want to know if these two numbers make that equation actually be equal. So I'm going to plug each thing into the equation with the right variable. Okay, so make sure you plug y into y. So 13 instead of y. And then on the x side, I'm going to put 4 instead of x in parentheses. Sorry. So then what you want to do is actually compute the right side. So you want to make sure that what it actually equals. So 2 times 4 is 8, and if you add 5, you get 13. So 13 does in fact equal 13. So you're going to say, yes, it is a solution. Okay? If those two numbers make the final statement be true, then yes, it's a solution. Next one, same thing. Just remember x, y. So y is going to be replaced with 1. X is going to be replaced with -6. And don't forget to write out the whole equation. So I'm going to compute the right side. So half of -6 is -3. And if I add 2 to that, I get -1. So even though these two are very similar, they're not the same. +1 and -1 are not the same thing. So you're going to say, no, it is not a solution. Okay? Even if they're similar, it's not the same thing. So no. This one, okay, x and y. So I'm going to replace y with 0. And x will be 2. So the opposite of 2 is just -2. And if I add 2 to that, I would get 0. Sometimes people get freaked out when they get 0 as a solution, but 0 is a number. So yes, that is true. 0 is equal to 0. So yes, it is a solution. Okay, so remember, we're just plugging things in, which we did last week with evaluating, and we're just trying to verify whether these points, this coordinate pair of x and y, makes the equation actually true. Yes or no, basically. Okay, here's just a reminder of some old stuff because it's not going away. So with this, you want to combine like terms. Be careful when you have stuff like -x, because that's a -1. Be careful when adding negatives. People mess up on those a lot. So -1 plus -7 is going to be -8x. And then I have two just plain old numbers, and those add up to 3. Cool. With this one, you're going to want to distribute first and then combine like terms. So I'm just going to bring down my 8p, and I get 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 6p is 12p. So I want to combine like terms, so I'm going to put the p's together, and I'll get 20p. It's 8 plus 12. And then I just have this 2, which will just come down. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Next is just translating into equations from words. So remember, with less than, when you have something like less than, you want to make sure you remember, you know how much, which one is how much you started with. So if you have 6 less than D, you started with D stuff, whatever that is, and you have 6 less, so you're going to subtract 6. And is always means equals, and 30. So if I was solving this, what number, if you take 6 away, would give you 30? Well, that would be 36. So remember, with one-step equations, you should be able to just kind of figure it out in your head. So this one's pretty simple. I mean, it says exactly what it means. U divided by 6 is equal to 8. So remember, when you do divided by, when you do it as a fraction bar, it's actually less confusing, usually. So anyway, what number divided by 6 gives us 8? Well, if you know your multiplication tables, 6 and 8 would give us 48. So U would be 48, because if you divide that by 6, you would get 8 instead. Anyway, that's all for this second half of the week. I will see you guys at the live meet where we will do some practice, guys. And if you have questions, let me know.